Ever pondered on how to build an emergency pantry? Well, today's your lucky day. We're about to embark on a journey to establish your very own fortress of food security. An emergency pantry, friends, is not merely a collection of canned beans and bottled water. It's a strategic reserve, a safeguard against unforeseen circumstances, and a source of peace of mind. In this video, we'll be sharing 7 must-know hacks to help you build a robust and balanced emergency pantry. We'll discuss how to choose long-lasting food items, the art of rotating and managing your supplies, the benefits of Mylar bags and vacuum sealing, and the role of freeze-dried and dehydrated foods. We'll also delve into how to store foods sensitive to temperature and light, and how to keep track of those pesky expiration dates. So, are you ready to become a master of pantry preparedness? Stay tuned as we delve into our first hack, which is all about selecting long-lasting food items. Our first hack centers on long-lasting food items. What are they and why are they important? Diving right in, long-lasting food items are those that can maintain their nutritional value over extended periods, sometimes even years, without refrigeration. These are the staples of any emergency pantry. Think of canned goods, dried beans, pasta, rice, and grains. They're like the superheroes of the food world, always ready to save the day when hunger strikes and there's no fresh food in sight. Now, why are these items so vital? Well, in an emergency, access to fresh food might become limited or even non-existent. These long-lasting food items step in to fill that gap. They're like your own private food insurance, providing a reliable source of sustenance when you need it most. It's not just about survival, though. It's about maintaining a balanced diet in challenging circumstances. Many of these foods are rich in essential nutrients. For instance, canned fruits and vegetables can provide a wealth of vitamins. Dried beans and pasta can offer a steady source of protein and carbohydrates. But don't forget about flavor. You'll want a variety of foods to keep your meals interesting. Consider adding different types of canned meats, or even pickled items for a tangy kick. Spices and condiments, which have a long shelf life, can also help to enhance the taste of your meals. In the end, building an emergency pantry with long-lasting food items is about preparedness, nutrition, and flavor. It's about ensuring that, no matter what happens, you'll have a well-stocked pantry ready to feed you and your loved ones. Next up, we'll look at how to rotate and manage these food supplies effectively. Now that we've got our food items, how do we manage them? Let's find out. The secret, my friends, is all about rotation. Picture a supermarket. Ever noticed how the freshest milk is always at the back? That's rotation in action. And it's crucial in managing your food supplies, especially in an emergency pantry. Why, you ask? Well, simply put, it's all about maximizing shelf life. You want to consume your older supplies before the newer ones. This way, nothing goes to waste and your stockpile is always as fresh as possible. But how do you do it? It's not rocket science. Rather, it's a simple system of first in, first out. When you add new items to your pantry, place them behind the older ones. When you need something, take it from the front. Simple, right? But here's a pro tip. Label your food items with the purchase date. This way, you can easily identify the older supplies. And what about those items with a long shelf life? Well, they need rotation too. Even canned food or dried goods can degrade over time. So, don't neglect them. Keep them in the rotation. Remember, a well-managed pantry is a reliable pantry. And in times of emergency, reliability is everything. With our food rotation in place, let's move on to using Mylar bags and vacuum sealing. Preservation is key when it comes to an emergency pantry. Enter Mylar bags and vacuum sealing. Mylar bags, made of a polyester film, have risen to prominence due to their strength, flexibility, and resistance to moisture and light. They create an impassable barrier against the elements, safeguarding your food from spoilage. Now let's talk about vacuum sealing. This process involves removing air from the packaging prior to sealing it. The absence of oxygen helps to extend the shelf life of foods, preventing oxidation that can lead to spoilage. From grains to dried fruits, vacuum sealing can be a game changer in prolonging the life of your pantry staples. In combination, Mylar bags and vacuum sealing create a powerful duo for food preservation. They can help you maintain a fresh, nutritious, and long-lasting food supply, ready to face any emergency that comes your way. Preservation covered, let's explore the world of freeze-dried and dehydrated foods next. Freeze-dried and dehydrated foods, a prepper's best friends, but why, you may ask? Well, let's dive into that. Freeze-dried and dehydrated foods are a fantastic addition to any emergency pantry. For starters, they are incredibly lightweight. This makes them perfect for situations where you might need to grab your supplies and go. They also take up minimal space, allowing you to stock more food in a smaller area. But it's not just about convenience. these foods also pack a nutritional punch. During the freeze-drying and dehydration processes, most of the nutrients are preserved, providing you with the essential vitamins and minerals you need during an emergency. Even better, they have an incredibly long shelf life, often lasting up to 25 years or more. This means you can stock up now and not worry about your food supplies going bad anytime soon. From dried foods, we move to the challenge of storing foods sensitive to temperature and light. Temperature and light, two factors that can make or break your emergency pantry. Think about it this way, each food item in your pantry has its own comfort zone. Some like it cool and dark, while others may prefer a bit of warmth. Understanding these preferences is crucial to extending the shelf life of your supplies. Let's start with temperature. Most canned and dried foods love to chill in a cool, dry place. A temperature range of 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal. Any hotter, and you risk speeding up the food's degradation process. Now, onto light. Light exposure can cause certain foods to deteriorate faster. It can degrade the nutritional value and even affect the taste. Foods like oils, spices, and certain canned goods are particularly sensitive to light. So, how do we outsmart temperature and light? Well, it's all about location, location, location. Your basement or a cool, dark closet can be your best bet. If these aren't options, consider investing in a dedicated storage cabinet. For the light-sensitive foods, think about using opaque containers or at the very least, storing them in a dark place. Remember, the goal here is to create optimal conditions for your food items. It's not about making them survive, it's about making them thrive. Temperature and light conquered, our final hack involves keeping track of expiration dates. Our final hack is a simple yet vital one, keeping track of expiration dates. Now you may think, why bother? I've got enough to worry about. Well, let me tell you, expired food not only loses its nutritional value, but it can also pose serious health risks. So, how do you keep track effectively? Start by writing the purchase date on each item as you stock it. This way you'll always know when you brought it in. Next, organize your pantry in a way that the newest items are at the back and the oldest ones are up front. It's a little thing called first in, first out. It ensures you're always using the oldest items first, reducing the risk of any food going bad. Now let's talk about canned goods. These guys can last for years, but they're not immortal. Check the dates regularly and make sure to consume them before they expire. And remember, if a can is bulging or leaking, it's a no-go. That's a sign of bacterial growth. Lastly, keep a running inventory. It may sound tedious, but it's a game changer. It helps you know what you have, how much, and when it needs to be used. Plus, it's a fantastic way to plan meals around what needs to be eaten first. That concludes our hacks on building an emergency pantry. But wait, there's more. So, you've got the hacks, but where do you start shopping for these items, you might ask? Well, there's a vast array of places that cater to your emergency pantry needs. Supermarkets, health food stores, and even online platforms like Amazon offer a wide variety of long-lasting food items, Mylar bags, and vacuum sealers. Don't forget about farmers markets for locally sourced, dehydrated, and freeze-dried foods. When building your pantry, remember to diversify and balance your stockpile. Include a mix of proteins, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, and most importantly, keep an eye on those expiration dates and rotate your stock regularly. We've come to the end of our journey, but this is just the beginning of yours. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more tips. Remember, building an emergency pantry isn't just about survival, it's about thriving in any situation. Thanks for watching.